this down a little bit. Mm-hmm. Go here to home. Mm-hmm. Reload. Mm-hmm. Waiting for the fucking thing to show up. Sweet. That is all I needed. So, I am working on a proper thing for, disclosing this, but there's been a lot of progress on Interlope already. Now, I haven't ported over any designs, nor have I created any new ones, but I have nearly all the sounds. I'm just missing 3 voices. Like, sure, most of them are still, susceptible to change, but, I'll mute myself for your listening pleasure. I should probably get a hotkey for muting, but whatever. And yeah, those are the beats. Pretty, simple. The idea is sort of similar to that of the original Interlope, where you've got the hats at the end, the sort of kick guy. You got, Mr. Clappy with the funny hat. But most of it was pretty much just from the previous build of Interlope, which was, as you can see, honestly pretty well going. The only reason I've restarted is because I lost, all of the sounds, but got kick guy, snare guy, clap guy, breakdown, but he isn't staying, and chippy. And in case you couldn't tell, yes, I was pretty much planning on just reusing that design from Dissipate back when I was working on that, but I also figured that probably won't, end very well, so another thing that was eventually going to change back to this, as you can see, very sad, boring version. Now you have the effects. I know, mute myself again. going to have 2.5 bases because as you just saw, got effect 2, which is eventually going to be Wonderful Gunful Guardian. Then you've also got effect 4, who's more of a little blippy bass, should you count him as one. But then, as you will soon see, you have the main bass, effect 2. Sorry, not effect 2, melody 2. You know what I'm talking about. There's no reason you won't be watching this stream otherwise. As you can hear with this guy, with the 2 main bass lines, there's also, different sounds that fall more so in a category of one than the other. So, say, all of these work really well with this guy. And even to an extent, Melody 5. Melody 2, which, God, I love this bass line. Definitely going to make it louder eventually. You got, of course, the classic pairing, and that guy still works as well, but for now there's much more limited options, really. I'll definitely be trying to balance that out. And yeah, finally, the 2 voices so far.
Logical tapestry, a mechanical majesty, looking into the infinity. Oh, this will be my legacy. Technological tapestry, a mechanical majesty, looking into the infinity. Oh, this will be my legacy. Technological tapestry, a mechanical majesty, looking into the infinity. Oh, this will be my legacy.
Now, voice 1 does sound a bit weird. It's because in the original voice 1 that I had, obviously excluding the gross one from the original Interlope.
Logical tapestry, a mechanical majesty, looking into the infinity.
He sounds like that.
This will be my legacy.
Pretty well,
Technological tapestry, a mechanical majesty, looking into the infinity. Oh, this will be my legacy. Technological tapestry, a mechanical majesty,
actual file of it, I decided that I just felt like adding a little counter melody on top of that. So you have the original two, you've got, your normal and your big crush layers, but then you have a third layer, which is meant to sort of harmonize. So you've got
logical tapestry, a mechanical majesty, looking into the infinity. Oh, this will be my legacy. It's like new.
and then you have your big crush.
Logical tapestry, a mechanical majesty, looking into the infinity.
So here you have basically all the original. Then you have the counter melody, which I do definitely need to redo so it doesn't sound so odd.
Logical tapestry, a mechanical majesty, looking into the infinity. Oh, this will be my legacy. It's techno.
And all together.
Logical tapestry, a mechanical majesty, looking into the infinity. Oh, this will be my legacy. It's
I think one of the big reasons it sounds so, messed up is just because this one is very sort of clear compared to the others. It sort of sits above them, It doesn't feel very connected. So, it's very obviously a work in progress still, but yeah. And honestly, that's kind of it. I was thinking I might do some, development on stream, do some animating, some designing, which, I suppose I could, but I doubt any of the people watching are particularly interested in that. Because, Beat 1 design, it's going to take some revisions. This body looks kind of weird. The head is kind of bland. I do like the way he does the thing with his eyes, though. And you got Beat 2 design, very good, classic, gotta love it. Beat 3, there would be some tweaks. Beat 4 is just, basically perfect. Like the little arm things, this funny belly gem, the little gear, which was a recurring motif. I'm not sure if it's in this guy, but, you got it there. You got it on this guy somewhere. You've got it under Guardian's... Oh, come on. Under Guardian's head, which, Jesus, looks freaky like that. And these guys didn't have design. I am very proud of the music box. It will take some tweaking, but look at that. So peak-delicious. Melody 1 needs work. It's just like, I don't know, something about it. It's like out of proportion. The head is so big compared to the rest of the body, and it's weird. Melody 2 quite literally needs work because in here, everything looks fine. But if you look at the animation in game, there's certain points. But yeah, right there, his collar is just cut open. I don't know what the issue is with that. The rest of them can stay because it looks pretty alright. I'll definitely need to further detail his jacket. And, oh yes, this guy's staying. I cooked. I don't know what I was on, but I cooked. The original to the new one. Sure, it does definitely stray a bit from the original design, but it's more so about what I was going for. This guy was like some spaceship pilot, like that guy from Sunrise. He was all futuristic-y. He had his little badge and stuff. And I just sort of moved on with that, idea. These two didn't have design, and of course, he's probably my best Incredibox design ever. Henry is staying. He definitely got roughed up in caves, and this design is not staying, but Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah. And then, probably not saying, because I don't think he'll be present. And yeah, you might have, well, you know, none of you probably noticed, but melody 5. That, you know, this melody is taken directly from my At the Edge remake, which is in part because in the original, you know, Interlope remake, you had 2 guys, in fact, that were literally just ported straight from, you know, At the Edge. And the best part is, they sounded incredible. And when you have them together, they have a little echo chamber effect sometimes. Not sure what that was about, but yeah, sort of pushing the feeling on. But and goodness, I will tell anybody who wants to make an Incredibox mod, but says like, I don't know, they just don't have the musical talent in them, or they can't get behind all the annoying crap and a bunch of other DAWs. Beatbox is what I typically would recommend, especially if you're, you know, beginner. But a bass box is so, just utterly incredible. This is another thing I'm working on. Because it gives you mod channels, which I'm using here to increase the reverb, as you can hear. And also, incredibly importantly, a next bar thing. Like, you got so many different things you could do with this freaking just sort of type of channel. It's also got a bunch more presets, and most importantly, samples. Right here I've only got, you know, a little small bit, but, you know, in some of my other songs, got any in there? No. Yeah. But down here, sure, say The Bird song remake. You do have to wait for them to load, it's a bit annoying, but basically everything in here is a sample. You've got the piano, you've got the harp, the drums, which unfortunately do all need to be in their own launch channels, and hell, even the freaking main vocals are done with a custom wave from a bass box. It's just so utterly incredible. It is an indispensable tool in the musical work belt of, I would say, anybody. Just brilliant. And I've cooked up complete masterpieces in this. It's what I made even that most recent song in, you know, which is a whole other thing. You might see it someday. Probably will. It's, for anybody who wants some more Rawbox music in their life. I'm part of a little duo project, and this is our only proper album out so far. We sort of go one for one. You got me, him, another him. You know, generally that's how it goes. You've got my little solo album I'm working on, and the song that I had shared is for this album. That's what it's called, you know, Bah. It's a whole thing, and it's very nice. It's very fun to, you know, make some proper music just for the sole purpose of making music, but that's for another day. I can plug it some more later. And, yeah, I've just sort of laid my soul bare. I don't really think I even have anything else to showcase. I mean, you know what? This is something I'm not sure if you guys will ever see. Also, Dune, need to showcase that. But a while ago, I had started work on what would be a little series called You Get would have 8 sounds and their own little theme. These, should I be able to find them in here somewhere, were unfortunately all made before I really got the hang of Abyss Box, so they're all, sort of outdated. I can definitely fix them up, but, like, Frontier, it was going to be the first one. Everyone still had, beta designs, but I was cooking. Utterly incredible. At least sound-wise, especially Frontier. This one's like, and the bass, or cook with the bass. But it was going to be a whole thing. Just chef's kiss all over. Squeezing myself, I guess. But like, this whole series seems going to be pretty cool, and I might bring it back, I'll have, maybe sign-ups, or I'll bring on some random team of designers to really bring this to life, because while this is Frontier, I'm the only one that got a little, incrediboxification demo. There was, Storm, which was based off of the Witherstorm theme from Minecraft Storm Mode. It was pretty alright. The mixing is a bit off in this particular version, but yeah, it was a cool thing. It was a whole shebang, wham bam chang-a-lang. There's also Battery Acid, which was a banger. This particular sound I'm a bit iffy on, because originally it would just be, the same chord, but I figured I should have a little bit of spice to it. And I'm not entirely sure how it turned out, but like, have a little black knife bass. As well as a second bass. You have a little pomper. And finally, you had one that I wasn't entirely sure about, even during, my composition phase. You had Liminal, which was pretty much just stolen from a game that I had been working on, still might, but it's a lot more chill, very calm. This was really nice. I really dig it, I might actually do a whole thing where I sort of unload some older stuff. What the hell is this? Oh, it's just another name for Frontier. It's a bit hard to keep track of all the crazy naming schemes I have going on in here. And nothing is exactly as it is or ends up being. Oh, you had Purple and Synthwave as well. Purple was just a remix of Purple City. 'Cause I had fallen in love with that mod the first time I heard of it. That teaser, I was so hyped. I how this particular one came out, you know? It's both accurate and it sounds, you know, awesome, but sort of to be expected. Then, Synthwave. I don't actually remember that one. I don't recall how it went. Oh, it's this one. It's pretty alright. It's kind of like a, you know, sort of more sort of down-tempo remix of, I suppose, you know, version 3 Reckoning. Yeah. Obviously wasn't essential, but clock remix that never ended up being something that, yeah, I think I've, you know, done enough nothing for a while. And, yeah, bye-bye everybody.